Let your failures teach you good morning. Everyone, today I want to talk about something we all face yet rarely embrace: failure. Too often we hide from it, fearing what it says about us. But failure isn't the enemy, it's the greatest teacher life offers. Failure whispers truths we are too proud to hear when we succeed. It strips us down to our most authentic selves, forcing us to confront what really matters. It is through failure that we find resilience, uncover hidden strengths, and gain clarity about our purpose. The truth is, you cannot grow if you're unwilling to fall. Each failure, no matter how painful, carries lessons that shape who you are meant to become. So today, I urge you not to avoid failure, but to embrace it. Lean in, ask what it's trying to teach you, and let it guide your way. Redefining failure. Failure is not the end. It's a beginning disguised in tough lessons. It's not a reflection of your worth, but a reminder of your courage to try. Failure doesn't mean you've fallen short. It means you've dared to step out of your comfort zone and risk something meaningful. Failure is feedback, not a verdict. It shows you what didn't work so you can move closer to what will. It's a process of refinement where each stumble polishes your strengths and sharpens your focus. Rather than defining failure as a sign of defeat, see it as proof of effort, persistence, and growth. True failure only exists when we stop trying, stop learning, or stop believing in our ability to rise again. Failure as a teacher. Failure is one of life's most honest and unrelenting teachers. It doesn't sugarcoat its lessons or let us take shortcuts. It forces us to confront our weaknesses, recognize our blind spots, and question our assumptions. Unlike success, which often inflates our ego, failure humbles us. It strips away the unnecessary and focuses our attention on what truly matters. It teaches resilience by showing us that strength is not in never falling, but in rising every time we do. Failure teaches creativity. When one path closes, it pushes us to find another. It teaches perseverance by reminding us that the journey is not over until we decide it is. Most importantly, failure teaches self-awareness, helping us understand not just what we want, but who we are becoming in the process. If we let it, failure can become our greatest guide, not to avoid mistakes, but to learn, adapt, and grow stronger with each one. Because every setback carries a lesson that success could never teach. Embrace vulnerability. Vulnerability is often seen as weakness, but it's actually one of the greatest strengths we possess. To embrace vulnerability means to face the possibility of failure, rejection, or imperfection and still show up wholeheartedly. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you give yourself permission to be real. You stop pretending to have it all together and start accepting that life is messy, unpredictable, and full of lessons. Vulnerability is what makes growth possible because it opens you up to experiences, risks, and challenges that push you beyond your comfort zone. It takes courage to say, I don't know, I need help, or I made a mistake. Yet, it's in these moments of honesty that true connection, understanding, and progress happen. Vulnerability is the birthplace of creativity, resilience, and authentic success. So don't be afraid to let your guard down. Embrace the uncertainty, the discomfort, and even the fear that comes with being vulnerable. It's not a weakness, it's the truest form of strength. In your willingness to embrace vulnerability, you'll discover just how powerful you truly are. Courage in falling is inevitable in life, but it's how we respond that defines who we are. Courage in falling means refusing to let failure have the final word. It's the bravery to stand up, dust yourself off, and try again, even when it feels easier to give up. True courage is not about avoiding mistakes, but about facing them head on. It's acknowledging the pain, disappointment, and fear that come with falling, yet choosing to rise anyway. It's the quiet determination to say, this is not the end of my story. Every time you fall, you have an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Falling teaches humility and perseverance, but it also reminds us that our worth is not tied to our successes or failures. Courage in falling is daring to believe that setbacks are setups for something greater. It's having the audacity to keep going, knowing that each fall brings you closer to the person you're meant to be. So don't fear the fall, embrace it. Because in falling, you discover your true strength, and in rising, you show the world what courage looks like. Resilience through adversity, resilience is not about avoiding hardship. It's about enduring it, learning from it, and coming out stronger on the other side. Adversity tests us, challenges us, and sometimes breaks us, but resilience is what gives us the strength to rebuild. In moments of struggle, resilience is the quiet voice that says, keep going. It's the ability to face challenges head on, even when the odds seem insurmountable. Resilience doesn't mean you won't feel pain, fear, or doubt. It means you won't let those feelings stop you. Adversity shapes us in ways success never could. It teaches patience when progress feels slow, courage when the future is uncertain, gratitude for the victories we fought to earn. Resilience is forged in the fire of hardship, and it's there that we discover our true potential. Resilience is a choice, a commitment to rise each time life knocks us down. It's the belief that no matter how difficult the journey, the story isn't over until you decide it is. So let adversity be your teacher and resilience your guide. When the storm passes, you'll look back and realize that every trial shaped you into someone braver, wiser, and more determined than before. Clarity of purpose is the compass that guides us through the chaos of life. It's the understanding of why you do what you do, the deeper reason behind your actions, and the vision that keeps you moving forward. Failure, as painful as it is, often serves as the lens through which our purpose becomes clearer. When things fall apart, we're forced to reevaluate our priorities. What truly matters becomes undeniable, and what doesn't fades away. Adversity strips away the noise, leaving us face to face with our values, passions, and goals. Clarity of purpose gives you the strength to persevere through challenges and the focus to ignore distractions. It's not about having all the answers, it's about knowing what drives you, what excites you, and what you're willing to fight for, even when the path is difficult. When you know your purpose, failure isn't the end, it's a detour, a lesson, or even an opportunity to grow closer to your true self. Every misstep becomes a stepping stone, redirecting you toward the life you are meant to lead. So embrace the moments that challenge you, let them refine your vision and remind you of your why. Clarity of purpose is the foundation of resilience, and it's the light that will guide you even in the darkest times. Growth over perfection is an illusion, a moving target that we can never quite reach. But growth is real, tangible, and transformative. When we choose growth over perfection, we allow ourselves to learn, evolve, and embrace the beauty of being human. Perfection demands that we get it right every time, leaving no room for mistakes. Growth, on the other hand, invites us to see mistakes as opportunities. It reminds us that every failure, setback, or stumble is a step forward, as long as we're willing to learn from it. Growth over perfection means valuing progress over results. It's about celebrating small wins and understanding that mastery is a journey, not a destination. It's realizing that the process of becoming is far more important than the illusion of being flawless. When we chase perfection, we limit ourselves. We avoid risks, fear failure, and stay in our comfort zones. But when we prioritize growth, we open ourselves to new experiences, fresh perspectives, and the chance to become the best version of ourselves, not perfect, but continually improving. So let go of perfection. Embrace growth instead. Choose to be a work in progress, and remember the goal isn't to be perfect, it's to keep moving forward, one step at a time. Letting go of shame is a powerful emotion, one that whispers you are not enough. It thrives in silence, isolating us and convincing us that our mistakes define us. But shame doesn't have to hold us captive. Letting go of shame begins when we recognize it for what it is, a barrier to growth, not a reflection of our worth. Shame feeds on perfectionism, on the idea that we must never falter or fail. But the truth is, being human means making mistakes. It means falling short sometimes. Letting go of shame means giving yourself permission to be imperfect and understanding that your worth isn't tied to your successes or failures. The antidote to shame is vulnerability and self-compassion. Speak openly about your struggles. and you'll find that shame loses its power in the light of connection. Be kind to yourself, especially when you fall short, and remember that everyone stumbles. What matters is how you rise. Letting go of shame is a process, one that requires courage and patience. But when you release its grip, you free yourself to take risks, grow, and live authentically. You reclaim your story and remind yourself that you are enough just as you are. Success requires risk. Success is not a guaranteed outcome, but a process that demands us to take risks, step into the unknown, and make decisions without knowing exactly what the future holds. Many of the most groundbreaking achievements in history were only possible because someone took a risk, someone was willing to fail, to be uncomfortable, and to push beyond their limits. Risk is not about blind recklessness. It's about having the courage to take action in the face of uncertainty. It's choosing to take a step forward even when you don't have all the answers. Without risk, there is no progress, no innovation, and no breakthrough. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you're betting on your potential to grow and learn. Success requires you to face your fears and challenge your doubts. It asks you to be vulnerable, to try something new, and to accept the possibility of failure. But it also promises that with every risk you take, you build confidence, resilience, and wisdom. The road to success is rarely straight. It's filled with detours, setbacks, and unexpected opportunities. The key is to embrace the discomfort that comes with risk. It may feel scary, but it's the only way to reach new heights. So don't wait for the perfect moment or the absence of fear. Take the leap, make the risk, and trust that you're capable of handling whatever comes next. Success isn't for the faint-hearted. It's for those who dare to risk, who choose to learn from failure, and who continue to rise after every setback. Dare to rise. To rise is not just about bouncing back after a setback. It's about the courage to move forward when everything inside you might be telling you to stay down. It's about choosing to show up, even when the future is uncertain, and embracing the possibility of failure without letting it define you. Daring to rise means acknowledging your pain, your doubts, and your fears, but not letting them control your actions. It's the decision to take one more step, to try again, even when you've fallen. Each time you rise, you build resilience, strength, and wisdom that you didn't have before. Rising is a conscious act of bravery. It requires vulnerability because it means you're putting yourself out there again, knowing you could fall once more. But it also means that every time you rise, you get closer to who you're meant to become. Rising isn't a single event. It's a continuous choice to grow, to learn, and to keep going despite the challenges. To rise is to believe in yourself when no one else may, to trust that every failure carries the seeds of growth, and to recognize that you are capable of handling whatever life throws your way. It's an act of faith in your own strength and potential. So dare to rise, even when you feel weak, when the path is unclear, or when you're afraid of failing again. Your ability to rise is what makes you unstoppable. And in each rise, you not only transform yourself, but inspire others to rise with you. As we close today, remember that failure is not the end of your journey, it's just a chapter. It's in the falling and the rising that we learn, grow, and discover who we truly are. Each setback is an opportunity, each mistake a lesson, and each moment of struggle a chance to emerge stronger than before. So let go of the fear that holds you back. Embrace vulnerability, take risks, and above all, dare to rise. Because success isn't defined by how many times you fall, but by how many times you choose to rise again. Thank you for your courage, your resilience, and your willingness to keep going. Keep learning, keep growing, and never stop rising. Thank you.